Good morning, it's Barbara. It's chilly outside this morning. It is a quarter after 11. What the heck? But it's also very damp, and so my chairs are wet, and I'm gonna stay inside because I guess, a wimp. I might go change my clothes and put a sweater on. Good morning, it's Barbara. Thank you for joining me for coffee. Yeah, I think I might have to wear a sweater. I'm going out and about today. I'm going to go see Aura, bring her some lunch she might actually eat. Dennis made crab cakes for her. We ate them for dinner, but he made them for her. She, we're trying to think of talking to her while she's not eating her lunch the other day and ask her what she wants. And crab cakes came up, so he made crab cakes. I'll bring her some crab cakes and a little bit of yogurt. And maybe she'll have an appetite, a little bit of an appetite. She had a hard day yesterday, went to this doctor. Nothing's ever straightforward and simple, but, they have a van and they were going to take her to the doctor, and they told Dennis to, meet her at the doctor. Luckily, he did not do that because he had wanted to see people, and it's new. It's their new thing. He just wanted to be sure, so he went to her place. And they were taking her to physical therapy. It's like, she's going to the doctor. Oh. And then she has, her left arm is a little bit swollen. Well, a lot swollen. And so they were doing a sonogram on her arm just to make sure nothing kinky's going on, and they decided to do that right then. And Dennis decided, well, that needed to be done, so we didn't protest that. But so she got to the doctor late. Anyway, it was a good thing he was there, let's just say that. And anyway, it was a long day for her too. And so it was a good thing he went. But the doctor said, things seem stable, and that's good. Now I got the hiccups. And my lips feel dry, so I'm going to put lipstick on. This is my L'Oreal. This is just regular lipstick. Because to be honest, now when I look at myself in my phone, it looks like I need lipstick. I got so used to the lipstick thing that now it feels like I need lipstick. Of course, I wear a mask everywhere I go, so the lipstick is just for us. Yeah, that feels better. My lips were dry. Anyway. So I'm going over, that's my job today. I'm going to go visit Aura and try to get her to eat something, bring her some food. Once she starts eating, I think she'll be hungrier and then continue eating, and that'll be good. Well, last time when she was in the rehab hospital, she didn't eat, but the food there was inedible. This food looked perfectly fine. My mother-in-law is not a picky eater in the least if someone else cooks for her, and typically she's very happy to eat whatever is put in front of her. So when I say it was unedible in the other place, it was horrible. In fact, when they booked us in and gave us a little tour or whatever, talked to us about the place, the young woman who booked us in said, yeah, I hear the food's really terrible. People get Uber Eats. Yeah. So that's not the case where she is now. We will never take her back to that place. That was horrible. So anyway, the food, she would have enjoyed it if she had any appetite. But, it took her a couple of weeks to eat normally at her assisted living place. To transition back to eating normally. She wasn't eating there either for quite a while. And their food was delicious. So I'll see if I can get her to eat something. Meanwhile, yeah, it's a kind of a dreary day outside, but it's very cool. I'm gonna have to get a sweater. I have a sweater. Luckily, I'm all equipped. But yeah, actually, my sweater I'm not finished with yet would look cute with this outfit. But what are you gonna do? Could be a vest. Anyway, oh, excuse me. I slept okay last night. The night before, I didn't sleep at all. Did I tell you that yesterday? I felt terrible. I didn't sleep. So yesterday was not a high energy day for me. I didn't do a lot. I straightened up because Pete and Terry came, and so the house is clean. Megan said, Pete and Terry make you straighten up, and that's not a bad thing, and it's true. But, it's interesting when, I've told you this before, in my past life, straightening up would take me days because my house was unbelievable. Now, I straighten up enough, well, just to be clear, I straighten up enough for Pete and Terry in a half an hour to an hour, the whole house, but they also don't expect a lot from me. And I do take piles and put them someplace else, kind of thing. So anyway, so the house is clean. They're so funny though. I mean, we'll talk, we'll hug, how are you, blah, 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 and I was sitting in Dennis's office, and when Terry was like mopping the front hall, I was like, waving because I was listening to my phone. They don't say goodbye. So I'm sitting there and I'm thinking, I'm not hearing anything. I get up and they're gone. They never say goodbye. If we're on the deck and we see them leaving, we often say goodbye, and then they say goodbye. It's not like they're not friendly people. It's just their MO is to just leave, not make a fuss. Usually by the time I figure out they're gone, the floor is dry. Anyway. So yeah, nothing much to talk about yesterday. I did watch a little bit of Ted Lasso and enjoyed it. So I'm halfway through the DVDs I have. I'm going to be sad when it's over. It is charming. Very charming. And but today's laundry day. Dennis is going to be home puttering. And I'm going to be out and about. I have to stop at the store on my way home, get a few things. There's a Wegmans right near where Aura is, but I have to go to the Giant because of one particular item. So I have to go out of my way. Dennis just walked in. That's why I'm talking like this. Yeah. So that's the plan for today. Otherwise, very low key. Won't be doing much outside. I should be home in time for walk. Dogs did not get a walk yesterday. The whole doctor thing was exactly at walk time. I can't walk the dogs by myself. So they did not get a walk. But they got a lot of excitement because Pete and Terry were here. And that's very exciting. So they got a lot of excitement and they were fine. But unless it's pouring rain at walk time, we'll be walking today. That'll be good. Anyway, that's all that's going on here. Talk about dull. Laundry, visiting Aura, going to the store. Yeah. Saturday is our Zoom. Don't forget, it's 2 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Zoom. You don't have to craft while you're Zooming if you don't want to, but come and visit. It's a lovely, lovely group of people, and it's so fun for me to hear you guys, even though I talk a lot. I even talk a lot in the Zoom. I mean, I'm not trying to kid you. Sometimes I'm just like, shh, let them talk. But it is nice to hear you and see what you're working on and hear what's new with you. But you don't have to talk. Although I do go around and say, you know, what are you working on? So you might want to show your socks or your sweater or whatever you're working on, if you're working on something. But that's it. You don't have to talk. If you are just a listener, you're very welcome, because there's a bunch of talkers there. So, you know, listeners have a lot to listen. And talkers have to, you know, butt in, you know, to get heard half the time. Anyway, it's a fun, very fun way to spend a couple of hours on a Saturday afternoon. And I hope you'll join us. The link to the Zoom is in the Ravelry, Flame and Fiber Podcast Ravelry group. And there's a sticky Saturday Zoom. And just click on the link. If you've ever been before, it's the same link. We always use the same link. Valerie is our hostess with the mostest, and she provides that link for us, and it doesn't change. So join us, please. And I'll gotta say, the Zooms are much more interesting than today's vlog. You know, just to be clear. I am still feeling a little low energy. You know, one good night doesn't make up for a really bad night. So, thus all the yawning. Oh well. I had a cup of tea before, now I'm having coffee. Hopefully the caffeine kicks in soon. Meanwhile, I'm gonna go. Instead of just keeping you here, listening to my nothingness, I'm gonna go and wish you a happy, happy day. I hope you're having a great day or great evening whenever you're watching this. Please take good care of yourself. Please stay safe and stay sane.